And just gently connecting to your heart energy now. And very gently start letting go of your busy day. And start expanding your heart energy to 6 feet in all directions. This creates a sphere of heart energy all around you. Beautiful. Now, first of all, take this down to the heart of Mother Earth. You'll feel that she'll ground that with you and for you. This forms the first part of your tube, your pillar, your energetic pillar. And then take the energy all the way up as far as you can. That feels logical, but also intuitive. It'll lock in somewhere. It can go through suns and moons and stars for you. It'll lock in a perfect place for you right here, right now. And then start breathing up and down this tube of energy, up and down your pillar. And feel how this alone starts to raise your frequency a little bit, open you up a little bit more. And we'll call in the support teams now. We ask for the angels, the archangels, the ascended masters, and the karmic board to merge deeply and fully with us now through all dimensions of our fields. We ask for our God presences, our guides, our ascension councils to work in our harmonious group consciousness together so that the highest of the highest will be shown here for all of us in our here and now. We call on a temple of Mother Gaia grounding to anchor and activate through all dimensions of our fields. We call on a temple of divine union to anchor and activate through all dimensions of our fields. We ask for a temple of God Presence communion to anchor and activate through all dimensions of our fields. Feel now how all of these energies working together open your field further, raise you in frequency. And place your attention now in the God Presence Communion Temple, where we'll be joined by Ascended Master Isis. And Isis will be taking us on a journey today. And it'll be to Egypt, to the Great Pyramid. And Isis is taking us on this journey today because it is very timely, she says. The journey will be all about connecting to your self-image. And within that, your body image. She says, with humanity moving up to 5D, there's a lot of stuck energy in regards to self-image and body image. Being spirits in a physical vessel. Within this realm, there's a lot of focus on the body and on the self-image. And on who you are. And on who you are within that body. And that image that you project in this world. And it's time now to regenerate this and to upgrade this, she said. It's time for a change. And for a lot of you, she says, it's hard to make this change because there is so much investment in your self-image and in your physical body image as well. She says, and today, the journey we will go on will help you to shift this, to change this, and to help you move into a place with this that is better suited to the times that are now here and the next part of your mission. So let's travel now with Isis to the Great Pyramid in Egypt. And she explains this is an etheric part of the energy of the Great Pyramid we will be going to today. Yet it is very closely connected to the energy of the Great Pyramid physically here on Earth. So the astral travel journey will be much shorter than if we went to different realms. However, she says it is a journey into the inner worlds. And the place we'll be visiting, she says, will be a very, very special chamber, a regeneration chamber within the Great Pyramid. Very especially used by many, many generations, many thousands of years, eons in fact, she says, for the specific purpose of transforming self-image and body image. So she says, travel with me now. And start to sense these energies of the Great Pyramid. And you may even see along on this journey, whether you see or feel or know what's happening. Trust your higher self, she says, for your higher self is guiding you on this journey. And enter into the Great Pyramid now through a special hallway, a tunnel. And just feel yourself walking along, or may even seem a little bit like gliding along. As we go towards this somewhat secret chamber, she says, but it has been used by many, many others before you. And now, she says, it's your turn. So we arrive now at this chamber, and perhaps you can see the very large and solid door. Kuan Yin goes within and finds the key energetically to opening this door now. And this door opens. You can sense how large and thick this door is, and she invites you all into this chamber now. When you step into this chamber, you'll notice that the light is dim, but you'll also notice that this chamber has a very special quality about it. It can become as large as it needs to be. It is typically an energetic chamber, so it is physical, yet it is not, because it can hold as many souls, she says, at any one time that are in need of this upgrade and this transformation. She says there is a special spot for each and every one of you. For some, it will in fact be sitting in a chair. For others, it will be laying on a crystal bed. And for others, it will be something in between, which is like a chair that can lean back, like a lounge chair, she says. And the chair is specifically set up for you. So move to the part of the chamber where you know intuitively your crystal bed or your chair awaits. She says, and the special part of this journey is taking place on the inner. However, when you step onto this crystal bed or into this chair, you will once again go on the inner. And so it is like going deeper into yourself, she says. So make yourself comfortable on this bed or in this chair and fall deeper into yourself, she says. Remain conscious within your journey, she says, for that will be more beneficial for your mind, especially since it is the mind that is heavily invested in your self-image and in your body image. So she says everybody is now in a comfortable spot. And she tunes into the crystal at the core of this chamber, which is a very amazing crystal because it actually consists of different types of materials. It has pink rose quartz, it has golden energies, It has blues and greens and oranges, platinums, silvers. It has all sorts of facets to it. And she activates this now with special codes that she energetically projects upon the crystal. And you will now notice the chamber comes alive. Energetically, you will feel it. It will be as though the chamber starts to lift you up almost. It's almost like you feel you're levitating. However, when you tune in, you can still feel and see that you are on the crystal bed or you are in the chair. And feel the buzz and the power within this crystal as it activates this chamber. Isis checks in on each and every one of you now. And in fact, each and every one of you has been assigned an emissary that is working with Isis in this moment, that is here to guide you specifically on this particular journey for you. And the first thing she does with the emissaries is to scan the energetics of your current self-image and of your current body image within that. She said, why is body image so important within self-image? Because within 3D, 4D, and 5D, it is such an elementary part of who you feel you are, who you believe to be, and part of this particular density. In other realms, she says, it is not relevant at all, your vessel. In some realms, you don't even have a vessel. She says, in this realm, your vessel is very particular, and a lot of energy gets stuck within the vessel and in the attachment to the particular shape and form of the vessel and the functioning of the vessel. She says that is why it's such an elementary part today of self-image. So the first thing that's being done energetically is a scan is being made of your current self-image and body image. There's nothing you need to do. But just gently focus on breathing up and down your pillar, she says, and falling deeper and deeper inside yourself within this chamber here in the Great Pyramid. And she says, be mindful to stay conscious. If you lose consciousness a little bit, that is okay, but try to stay conscious, she says. So it's like finding a balance between sinking deeper into yourself and remaining conscious. Beautiful, and the scans have now been made. And she says, the next part of the journey will be your higher self, your God presence, showing you the new and upgraded version of your self-image and of your body image. Now, for some of you, it may be very clear what this entails energetically, and you may get images or thoughts or information about this new 5D or higher version of your self-image and your body image. Flow with that. For others, you will not get too much information at all. You will merely sense a heightening of your field, of your energy in regards to this. So the next part of the journey, she says, is to connect to the download of this energy and connection to your field. So this new self-image and new body image will not fully download and overlay on your current field, but it'll be almost like it's hovering right above and around you. Start to connect to this now as your higher self, your God presence, and the support teams connect this through to you. Without downloading it into your field, it is connected closely to your field now. And for some of you, you may even start to feel things literally in your physical body or in your energetic body that you may notice where the changes are likely to be occurring. Spend a bit more time in this connection, almost like a holographic image around you of your new and upgraded self-image, of your new and upgraded body image. For some of you, and it goes for most of you, and it goes for most of you, she says, your self-image and your body image are of a much lower frequency than the reality of your frequency and your field is. For some, there has been an entrenchment with the ego structure of parts of your physical body or self-image structure. So your self-image and physical body have become such a part of your ego structure that it is very hard for that to change if you don't get assistance with this or choose this type of assistance. For some of you, most of you, it'll be an upgrade in frequency, and for others, it will be a changing of frequency and more freedom and less ego structure connected with your self-image and physical body image. And so for everyone, each and every one of the souls here, it will be an upgrade. Okay, so for each and every one of you, the hologram is now being projected around you. And see if you can sense some information around that. What's happening, what's changing. You may get old images moving through. You may get old storylines moving through. Just connect into that now and sense what's going on for you. The next part of the download, Isis is saying, has to do with the amount of steps that your particular energetic signature needs to upgrade to this new self-image and this new physical body image. For some of you, it will be as little as 8 steps. For some of you, it will be 128 steps. Now, she says, it is very important to not be attached to the number of steps you need. Each and every one of you at the end of this session will have upgraded energetically to connecting to your new self-image and your new body image. However, purely based on the way things normally work for you energetically, you will receive how many steps are needed for you to complete this upgrade. Now, your highest self will show you this information now. And you may or may not receive a number. You may get a sense of it somewhere in between those two numbers. It is 8, it is 128. You can get any sort of numbers in between. And the only relevance really, Isis says, to these numbers is that you'll get a sense of how many steps you are going to be moving through over the next short while. So gently breathe up and down your pillar as you receive this information now. That information of the amount of steps is now being encoded in the process you will be going through energetically, and that your higher self and the emissary working with Isis is managing for you. Trust that this information is perfectly created for you, and that this process will unfold exactly the way it is meant to for you. Isis explains that this process will primarily impact your 12 energy bodies, as they are mainly connected here to Earth, and your physical body is one of them. Your self-image comprises of all of those, but mainly the lower energy bodies are more heavily invested energetically in your self-image and obviously in your body image as well. What's going to happen is from the higher crown chakras, the soul star chakra, all the way down to the earth star chakra, this process is going to unfold. And Isis says she would like you now to clear your mind of any thoughts, of any expectations, of any worries, of any doubts, any judgments. any blocks. For she says this is the moment where your ego structure will be showing you its attachment to staying the way it is. And so if you feel like it's trying to disconnect you from the process, or it's trying to hold on to the way things are for you, or it's trying to put little roadblocks in the way, simply acknowledge that and gently see them moving away, as the emissary will assist you with this and your higher self will assist you with this. Everybody is ready to start the activation process. And during this process, the best place to be is in your heart or your hara. As you feel this process moving through, starting now for each and every one of you at the soul star. And what's literally happening, Isis says, a rebraiding, a restructuring, an integration of your current self-image and body image to your upgraded self-image and body image. And this is perfectly recalibrated and aligned to your mission, to the goals you have from your higher self, and it will very smoothly integrate for you in a process that can last up to 2 months. Depending on your energy structure, depending on where you are in your decisions, right here or right now. But it can be as fast as 1 week, she says. Anywhere from 1 week to 2 months from the completion of this particular session. All will be integrated for you. For some of you, this process will be slower because you only need to move through 8 steps of this transition. Whereas for others, it will feel like a roller coaster ride because it's 128 steps to completion of this. And it has to do with fragmentation and defragmentation, she explains. And she says the technicality of it is not very relevant. Just understand that this process, due to the simple fact that each and every one of your bodies and each and every one of your self-images is so extremely and vastly different from one another, this process will be very different for each and every one of you. And it needs to be, she explains, because each and every one of you has such a unique energetic signature and has made such unique decisions on your journeys. And you may feel energy now, rebraiding, recalibrating at the soul star chakra. It may feel like pressure, it may feel like opening. She says whatever it is, the best place to be in is as deep into your inner heart or hara, your power center, as you can be without losing consciousness. And it is the chamber that is literally, through the power of this specific crystal and the energy that has been encoded within this ancient chamber of love and light. That is what is activating and creating this. And so particularly for your table or your chair that you are on at the moment, your energetic signature has been downloaded and set up, and your new self-image, your new body image, that is going to serve you to the highest of the highest of the highest for your mission and your particular choices, because your higher self knows exactly where your choices lie, what you would like to change if you have the choice, and how you would like to change it. All of that will be integrated, minus anything attached to the ego. If changes are wanting to be made specifically because it was an egoistic structure connected to that, that will not be upgraded because it is not going to be serving you for your best. However, your higher self knows you want to be the best you can be and knows you want to project the most love and light that you can on this mission, and through your physical body vessel and your self-image. Gently completing at the soul star, now moving down to the crown chakra. And again, keep breathing up and down your pillar. Any old storylines moving through, any emotions moving through, and it can be things like fear or worry or discernment, simply hand them over to your emissary or your highest self now. And trust that this process is divinely guided by your higher self, for you are the one that is in control of this entire journey. You are the one that knew you would be here in this ancient chamber, energetically, in the Great Pyramid, working with Isis right here, right now. And Isis says, because for each and every one of you this process is so vastly different, each and every one of you are going to go on the specific journey yourselves as this energy moves all the way down through your chakras. From the crown to the brow, to the throat, to the thymus, to the heart, solar plexus, hara, sacral, base, link, and earth star chakras. For some of you, this journey will be completed quickly because you are already quite in alignment. And for others, the journey will be quick. However, in certain areas, for example, the heart and the base, there will be a lot more upgrades and work needed, because that's where the biggest misalignment was for your self-image and your body image. And for others, it'll be a very gradual, gentle process moving all the way through your energy bodies. What Isis will do is work with general energetics and general statements now to guide you through the remainder of this journey. And she says one of the main ones is to keep in connection with your heart and to keep the focus away from your mind and either in your heart or in your hara. Any thoughts that pop up, any drifting off that pops up, any noticing that you're almost losing consciousness, she says, hand it over now and tune into your heart energy, because that will be vital and will keep you moving through this process in the highest possible way. If old storylines or worries or old concerns you have about your body image and self-image pop up, hand them over, because this is meant to happen. You may have flashbacks from this life or previous lifetimes, but mainly focused on this lifetime. For the upgrade is happening on this particular mission you have in this lifetime, in this particular body as a soul. And you may notice that the crystal is starting to step up the level of power and frequency within the chamber. It may feel to some of you who are very sensitive to this energy, it's almost like you feel the crystal has moved up a gear. It's almost like the energy is almost, you can feel it literally moving through your energy bodies. And you can literally feel how the energy is zinging in this chamber. And just keep moving with the energy, breathing with the energy as it's transforming a very large and important part of who you are here on earth. And quite continually, Isis says, you will have thought forms, belief structures moving through where you have no limitation in this lifetime. In fact, she says now is the time to let those bubble up. Where have you felt limitation in your life in regards to your self-image? Where have you felt limitation in regards to your body image? Are there certain areas of your body that you were not satisfied with? Or you always felt that if that had been different in this life, things would have been different? If you would have had certain qualities within your self-image more strongly present, your life would have been different. You would have been able to make different choices. You would have been able to go on different journeys, and you would have been a different person. And the interesting paradox, Isis is that if you would have had everything from the get-go already aligned to what you're now aligning to within your self-image and your body image, that you would not have had the experiences and the learning that you've now had. So she says, when you move through those layers, you'll find a deep understanding presented through your higher self and a deep gratitude about this journey that you have had. But she says now is the time for these type of dispensations where you in fact can make this rapid jump to the new self-image and the new body image that will serve you as Gaia moves to 5D and you move along with Gaia to 5D and beyond. And so you can more deeply become your mission and embody your mission, because you are here for a reason. You're not just here to see the sights. You're not just here to feel what it's like to be in a physical vessel, because you've done that so many times before. You are here at this time for a specific mission. This upgrade, Isis says, will assist you to step into that mission more clearly, without all the struggles that your body image was holding you back from, or holding you back within, and the connections the ego structure has to that. And she says it can be anything from not feeling intelligent enough, not feeling good looking enough, not feeling smart enough, fast enough, not feeling like you could remember enough, not feeling as good as others, not feeling as bright as others, not being tall enough. Anything the ego can get attached to in regards to self-image and body image is in the mix. And the other side is being too attached to how you looked, how good you looked, how smart you were, how talented you were, how much better you were at others than. All of that is going to be dissipated into this new version of yourself that you will feel light in, you will feel freedom in. And this new upgraded version of your self-image and your body image is going to feel like the beautiful blessing that is meant to be, Isis says. For most of you, she says, we are just passing the halfway mark now. For some of you, it may feel like there's parts of you leaving, and it's hard to understand what. For others, it will feel more strongly as though parts are coming back. And for others, it'll be a mix of all of the above. If you sense layers within your energy field where you know there's attachment, Isis and the team is asking you to consciously choose to let them go now. This may be a layer around your heart that you had there for protection. It may be a layer around your mind, around your power center, which has forced you through your ego structure to hold your power reined in so that you wouldn't bother others with the great power you possess and the great clarity you possess and the power and strength of your heart. Where have you held back? Let all of that go, Isis says. And even if you don't consciously know what it is exactly she means, your higher self knows exactly what needs to happen. It is simply you that needs to be a part of this process as well. Because it is you who are incarnated in this physical body. It is you who has assisted and chosen to create the old self-image and the old body image, and who is now choosing to upgrade to this new version. The crystal at the core of this chamber is revving it up yet one more gear. And you will feel like parts of you find it hard to hold this frequency, find it hard to be in this very high tangible frequency. Isis says just breathe up and down your pillar and know that all is perfect. So even if parts of you are almost vibrating to beyond what they feel comfortable with, she says it is all perfect, and it has to do with the upgrade you're moving through. Just simply let go, let go, let go, and trust this process, she says. Just trust the process and relax. Let go of old thoughts. If the ego is throwing a lot of thoughts and beliefs around, let them go. Let them literally move out of your brow or crown. Feel how they're moved out of you. Because this is about taking a leap of faith as well, she says. Trusting that you can let go of things that have kept you who you are for way too long. And it is you who is guiding this session. It is you who is wanting this upgrade. And it is you who wants to move on into bigger and better things in regards to how you want to live and experience this life and what you want to create here on earth in your mission. Beautiful. About 80% complete now, she says. Now she says, notice how this massive energy is starting to move through your energy bodies, from your feet up to your head and down and back. It almost feels like it's racing through you. It feels like it's opening you up, like it's cracking the energy open from the inside out. And feel how this energy is surging through you as the crystal gears up yet another notch. And almost feel now how you can hear with your inner hearing the buzz of the energy. It is extremely high frequency now, contained within this chamber, running through your energy bodies, transforming your energy bodies in this download to the next level. Tune in now to last energies that are literally being pushed out, pushed into your thoughts, beliefs that you have, parts of your body, parts of your self-image that you know it's time to let go of because they haven't served you, or they were never the right way of looking at yourself anyway. Let them go now. Let them go, she says. And know that a new version of that is coming. Let it go. Let it go. Any limitations you had in your body image, any limitations you had in your self-image, let them go now. Almost done, Isis says. Stick with it almost as the crystal now moves to the final level where the energy is so high and so buzzing, it'll buzz the last bits of these ego structures out of you in this transition. Knowing that in this chamber the process is fully complete for you when it is done. However, the integration of it in your here and now will be 1 week to 2 months, dependent on you and your choices, and your energetic structure. Last 5% for each and every one of you completing now. Letting go now, letting go, and accepting the changes, accepting the changes, accepting the changes, letting go now, letting go, letting go, letting go. It's all you need to do now, letting go, letting go, letting go. Opening up your energy, opening up, opening up, opening up. And now she says, solidify, focus on solidify, focus on integration, focus on solidify, integration, sealing up, integration, solidify, as the process completes for each and every one of you now. Very gently the crystal is moving down the gears now. Feel how it's almost like you fall back deeper into yourself on the crystal bed, in your chair that you are here in the chamber. And Isis says, breathe up and down your energetic pillar. very deeply 3 times. And as you do this, the emissary with you and your God presence and Isis and the crystal assist you to seal up these changes within the chamber now before we head back to the God Presence Communion Temple. Feel how all of this energy and the changes is being sealed up now. And again, attached to no thoughts and no feelings and no images. Just know this is all being sealed up for you and the changes are perfect for you. You haven't skipped a beat. Everything has been perfect for you, Isis says, in this transformation. And that sealing is being done now. And now just see yourself standing up from the table, getting up from the chair as we go back to the God Presence Communion Temple energetically. We thank these beautiful emissaries here as we go back to the God Presence Communion Temple through astral travel. Beautiful, and this is where we seal up this journey now. We ask for all this energy work to be sealed and to integrate with grace, ease, love, light, and empowerment. We thank Isis for her beautiful, beautiful assistance today. We thank our God Presences and the assistance teams, the emissaries and the Great Pyramid for their assistance today. We thank Mother Gaia for grounding these changes. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So be it, so be it, so be it. It is done. Now come fully back into your here and now, focusing on only bringing your energy back into your here and now and breathing up and down your energetic pillar 3 times deeply now. Beautiful. And when you're ready, very, very gently, move your bodies, open your eyes, and know that the integration will be 1 week to 2 months from this moment.